Welcome back, everybody. I have with me the chocolate Primotalii. Is this the hottest pepper in the world? Well, you guys tell me in the comment section. Is it the hottest pepper that Monster Heat will ever eat? Well, we're about to find out right now. This is a pepper that I have grown, and this video is probably, I would say, almost a year in the making. We planted and germinated the seeds in January, and it goes back even further for me though, because I was watching everybody eat this pod for years, and then last summer, after trying to get it and not failing miserably, I decided, you know what, some things you gotta do yourself in life, and that's what I decided to do, was order seeds online and grow the pepper myself. And I think it turned out really good. Like, look at the phenotype on that. It's a beautiful chocolate. I do have another one here. It's a monster chocolate, but it is a little more, not quite as ripe at the tip, a little bit of green tip on it. So I'm gonna set this one aside for a later date. And but I am excited to try and see where the heat is on this for me, how good the burn is. Is it hotter than the golden Primotalii even? Because for me, I think the golden is probably the hottest I've had here. And so, yeah, I'm curious, I'm curious about the flavor, curious about the heat and different things. So, yeah. But, for you guys in the States, I'm super jelly over here in Canada when I see you guys eating all these terrific pods. And it's a bit harder to get pods here in Canada than it is over there, I believe. And I've been trying though for you guys. I'm trying to hunt down, and it's been tough this year. I have a lot of people had so many issues trying growing and getting pods. So that tells me that I got to take even further steps, expand my grow further, and I got some things in place, hopefully, that we can do that and take a bigger step next year. But let's try the chocolate Primotalii. Very excited to try this pod. I was gonna go down and do the whole weigh-in, guys, but you know what? We'll just eat it as is. It does have a bit of a floral smell to it, I'll tell you that. Floral, and chocolate pods are usually earthy. So we're gonna be looking for a few things. Is it earthy? I can see a bit of oil in there. I can see some oils in there, guys. So hold on, let me zoom her in for you, boy. Let me zoom her in for you. Hopefully you guys can see that good. I think I can see some oils glistening in and around the pockets of the inner wall of the Primotalii. I've got so many on my plants now. These are great tolerance builders though, and I'm hoping they're going to really help build my tolerance back. That was initially my reason for wanting to grow the chocolate Primotalii. Let's pluck the stem off. So without further delay, guys, we're just going to go. I'm going to eat the whole thing. I got to say, it looks pretty cool though. I don't know if it looks like I didn't really cut down the center directly, but it does look like it has a nice placenta or plinth all in the middle. And that's basically what secretes the oil, guys, for friends and family. A lot of chili heads already know that, but right here, but it looks like there is a nice placenta there. Okay, I don't want to get any of this on my hands, any of them oils. But let's go. My first ever chocolate Primotalii. And thank you for sticking with me, guys. Hopefully I get more peppers for you. I do have a bunch downstairs from Van Dyke's greenhouse I'm going to be reviewing very shortly here too. Maybe dehydrating some. Okay, let's go. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Um, very, so, very floral for me. Very bitter. I'd say the fluidity on that is equal to a flower bed of garden flowers all over the place. There's so much flowering and perfuminess going on there. Woo, that is freaking hot though. That is pretty hot. Bitterness, very bitter. I would equal the bitterness to extreme. Like when I eat the last cookie in the cookie jar in Olivia, very bitter. Whoo. You know, I'm getting a touch of the earthiness. I only get a touch of the earthy flavor. And sometimes the earthy flavor can be good. You know, like a dirty mushroom kind of flavoring. Liver and onions and mushrooms and stuff. But you know, I get a little bit of that earthy flavor. But it's mostly, for me, it's mostly floral and bitter. Grape burn, grape all over the mouth burn for me. I would say the burn is directly, it feels like the tongue, sides of the tongue, underneath the tongue, roof of the mouth, lips, tip, at the back. It's got the pins and needles burn going, guys. You know, when you're a kid and, you know, down home we have these elephant ears growing everywhere, and I was hawking her as a young feller, ran right through and right into a bee's nest or a hornet's nest. Oh, I think my eyes are watering. You get stung all over your body. Well, picture all the stinging just on your tongue and bottom of your tongue, roof of your mouth. Just wow, that's a great burn. Still just ripping hot. You know, my tolerance is up. For me, I got to put that right up there with the golden Primotalii, or a bit hotter. For me, I feel like the chocolate is more of a sting. Like I feel like it's going to the back of my throat now, guys. So we'll see if we hiccup here. Mouth is salivating. And my nose is running and my eyes are watering. And I don't got Kleenex. But wow. I feel like it's working me up a bit. But that burn, it's like I don't know if it's like a radiating burn, just like it feels like it's pulsating all in my mouth with the pins and needles action going on. To me, that is probably the hottest pepper I ever had. And we've grown it. Like usually it does take a lot for something to make my eyes water. That did get my eyes watering. Nose is running. Not gonna hiccup though, I don't think. But mouth is very much salivating. And the burn is just even keel, guys. It did seem to like have a slow build, and then it's like on a steady migration south right to the back of my throat. I'm gonna be snotting all over the place. Wow. You know, the golden is there for me too, but I feel like that has more of a punch, I think. Oh. I don't think the flavor is there for me. Would I cook with that pod? I don't know. Like maybe when you do cook with it, it would take some of that floralness out, but mine was extremely floral, extremely bitter. Like except for building your tolerance, it did migrate to my throat though. Oh, wow. Great burn. Great burn. I put my heat, I would say my heat got to about 6 or 7. I find if I'm at a 6, everything starts leaking. 7, I get a little hyperventilation going where I feel like I'm edging. I'm just edging into panic mode. I feel like I've been edging there. Whew. Keep in mind, that was only a tiny Primotalii. I do have bigger ones on the plant that are not ripe yet. And I see some of the massive ones in the States people grow. And they're all gnarliation and maybe a little more narrow phenotype. Just all ridgy. And so for, you know, a smaller Primotalii, that packed freaking a punch. I know I promised you guys some at work. I'm going to bring some in for you guys so you guys can try that out. I wouldn't recommend eating a full one. I still feel like my burn hasn't dropped. It's still just maintaining. I'm probably at like a 6 though. I feel like it's peaked. Tell you though, I'm not lightheaded or anything, but that's like not, if I had ate that at the first of the season, like that golden, I would have probably been hiccuping, endorphin dump, everything. But my tolerance has been up. I have been eating a lot of pods, fresh pods, so I think we handled it okay. But I can see how people think that is the world's hottest pepper, or how that can be in contention for the world's hottest pepper. Again, you guys tell me in the comment section. I'm still yet to try a lot of the peppers, like the Warthog. Again, super jelly over here. Struggling to talk here a bit. I do have warthog seeds though that somebody gave me, and should have brought Kleenex. I do plan on trying to find my seeds. We moved. I don't know what I did with the seeds to the guy that gave them to me at Heatwave, but he said he got them from Matthew Arthur, the guy in the States. So we'll see. I may try to grow the Warthog next year. I may do the chocolate again. And like I was saying, I may do a little bit something different with next year's grows. So maybe dipping down a little bit, guys. We're kind of, you know, it's funny for me, the burn kind of, it took a second to really just ramp. And then it just maintained at like a nice 7 probably. Ripped up everything. And now she's kind of just maybe on the slow decline down. But overall, not very flavorful. For me, flavor on that, I would give it probably a 2 or a 3. Maybe 2. If it was a little more earthy, like I had some earthy pods that were like robust, rich. You know, you do get that dirty flavor, kind of mushroom, soil taste, but I do like that in certain food applications where that was just mostly bitterness and floralness, floridity, and maybe a touch of earthy. So I could do like maybe I picked it too soon from the plant, and it could be more earthy if I leave them go. So I got tons of chocolates growing. I'm gonna let them sit on the plant a bit longer and see. Still salivating. If we can get a bit more earthiness going on there. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe the flavor gets better. Flavor is not that great, but the heat is, cheers everybody.